My boys.
Get that money, go ahead, get that money. Young, get that money. Young Lee, get that money.
Yes, sir. Oh, let me turn this down a little bit. Nah, actually, we can leave it where it's at. What's up, Get Money Team? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Join the Get Money Team. The link to the Discord is in the bio. Subscribe also. Today, we got another basics video for y'all boys. We are going, I think last video, we just went over what key levels are and just identifying them, you know, just how to find them, how to look for them, everything like that. So that was part one of that. And then today we're going to do part one of fair value gaps. So, and like the part one of everything that I do is just going to be like the how to identify them. And then when I get into part two of every one of these parts, is going to be getting into how to use it. You know, so first we're going to learn how to identify it, and then we're going to get into how to use them at a later date. So y'all just got to, you know, just pay attention and just wait on those videos and just follow along. But we are going over identifying fair value gaps. So let's actually hop on the chart right now. So at this point, y'all, we are just putting like the pieces together that we need for our strategy, you know. So starting with the first key level videos, which is identifying key levels. A key level is just any level that the price keeps returning to, you know. So if we see something like this right here, where I put this at, boom, you see price, it keeps on returning back to this level right here before it finally broke through. Or another place we put key levels at is on moves up like this, where we can see we got some retracement. So we got to move up, then a move back down to this level right here. So this is a key level. Boom, move up again and it stop right here. This is another key level. Boom, and you see when we made this second level, we came back and we hit it again, and then we moved up. So you know, we identified the key levels in the last video, and it's just a place that price returns to, you know. So in today's video, we going over fair value gaps, and basically what a fair value gap is, just how key levels is a place that price keeps on returning to. It acts like a magnet for the price, right? A fair value gap is also kind of like that magnet for the price, if that makes sense. So if we see, yeah, we can use this one right here. This candle right here, right? We see we got a sharp move up, but the reason why this candle right here will be marked off as our fair value gap is because to the left and to the right of this candle is nothing. Like if we look at, for instance, this level, like this candle right here, when we started moving back down, like, yeah, these didn't close there, but you see this wick came all the way to this level, and this wick came all the way to this level right here too. So pretty much everything around this candle has been touched. A fair value gap is really it's a 3 candle pattern. The first candle does not make it all the way up the next candle, and the second candle doesn't make it down the next candle. So this fair value gap is all of this area right here, because there's nothing touching none of this. You don't see no wicks coming into here, and you don't see no wicks coming into here. You can see I got this little dotted line in the middle, because that's where at the minimum, that's where you want it. That's where you want the candle to come back, right? To be able to utilize that fair value gap. Like I said, we're going to get into how we're going to use it and how it gets used in a later video. But just for general reference, this middle line is here because that's where you're going to want price to come back down to be able to use this fair value. But basically, what a fair value gap is a 3 candle pattern where the first and the third candle do not touch at all. The second candle just got a lot of space next to it, right? And another thing about these like fair value gaps, you're gonna want the candle that we're talking about to be larger than every candle around it too. You know, you can see that this candle is significantly larger than every candle over here and every candle over here. Because if you just go based off of there's nothing to the left and right of it, let me turn this off. We can look at this little candle right here and say, oh, this only come up to right here, and this wick only come down to right here. So this can be a fair value gap right here, right? Wrong. This is a little ass candle. This holds no weight. It's not significant at all. But as we can clearly see that this candle is much bigger than every other candle around it, and there's nothing to the left or right of it. Oh yeah, price is gonna need to come back into it. Some orders gonna need to get filled. I do a lot of examples going up. Let me find one going down. Boom. We got this one right here. And this one right here. But we see, let's look at our 3 candle pattern. 1, 2, 3. Candle number 1. Mind you, I'm on a 15-minute chart. It's not like I'm on no little ass chart. You know, as you go down in the time frames, the candles start to, the candles are really less and less significant, right? This candle really didn't do much but stay in the same place for this whole 15 minutes. It didn't get down that far, right? Boom, this stop right here. This as low as it got. This candle number 2, candle number 3, we went down and we came up a little bit too before we went back down, but we still didn't close this gap for candle number 2, right? It only came up to right here. So we got all this space in here. So now on TradingView, if y'all watch the video on TradingView, if y'all know how to use it, I'm gonna just go over this real quick, right? We gonna use our rectangle. This how I mark off fair value gaps on my chart. We're gonna use our rectangle tool. And just make a box with it, right? You're gonna make your box, and you're gonna make the top of your box should be at the bottom. Well, since we're going down, it should be at the bottom of this first candle right here in this 3 candle pattern, and the bottom of this box should be at the top of this 3rd candle, right here. And so what we're gonna want to do is hit the gear, like settings. Right here, you're gonna see middle line, right? You're gonna select middle line, make the middle line whatever color you wanted to, make the border whatever color you wanted to, right? You're gonna hit template. And you're going to put save as, right? I save mine as FVG for fair value gap, right? And then, okay. Now, every time that you open your rectangle tool and you make one, this little symbol right here where it says templates, you can click it, go straight to fair value gap. Cool. You got it right there. So you don't got to do that every single time. So that's a quick shortcut. All right, y'all. One more example, and this is also another another thing that y'all need to learn about this too. So here we got a whole bunch of little candles on this move down, and then we got reverse, and then we got a whole bunch of little candles on this move up. Like I said, with our 3 candle pattern, it only works if candle number 2 is longer than every other candle. Mind you, none of this has happened yet because this is later in time. So we're just gonna pretend like everything here is not here. Like I can't even cover it. Actually, I can't. If we was to look at this in real time, this is all we would see. It's just these little candles coming up here, and then this candle that's bigger than everything else here. So we got our 3 candle pattern: candle 1, candle 2, candle 3 right here. We see candle 1 don't make it all the way up the second candle, and we see candle 3 don't make it all the way or even halfway down the second candle. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna open our rectangle tool, create our box, put our fair value gap template on. Boom. Okay, cool. Now as the time goes by, we're gonna be able to see, okay, cool, this everything is working back into our fair value gap, right? As these candles is moving back into our fair value gap, you can see here that it created another fair value gap right here, right? This bearish candle, this first one right here didn't make it all the way down. This second one and this third one didn't make it all the way up. So is this another fair value gap? The answer to that is no. This second fair value gap is invalid. We cannot use it because this one came first, right? We're looking at what came first. Since this one came first, this is what we're basing our move off of, because we're marking this up to make a trade off of it, to make a move off of it. So this is only marked up to make a move off of it, and this one came first. So this is the significant fair value gap here because it came first. Once this came up and it went back into our fair value gap and it blew through it making another one is kind of insignificant because this is just working back into a price that we already knew it was going to come back into when we made our fair value gap. That's what we made it for, because it acts like a magnet. We knew price was going to come back down into it. So being that this one came first, this one doesn't really mean anything. So that's another thing I just wanted to get out there to y'all, so you just not making hella fair value gaps on the screen. It's the first one that you see. If you see one, cool, and you mark it off, and then another one is created, that don't mean nothing, because we already that means we came back into what we already knew. Both of them is canceled out. It's invalid. Let's just keep on going with the day. All right, y'all. So that was all for today. The fair value gap lesson, part 1. Today was part 1, just identifying fair value gaps. I hope y'all was on the charts. While I was on the charts trying to find some too. If you did, good. If you didn't, go back on your charts and try to look for it. And also go back and watch the last video. Go back and watch all the last videos and just keep on refreshing this information in your head. You know, watching something one time is not enough to really learn it. So go back and just keep watching these and apply it. And just keep on following along with these videos. And go do your own research too. Become the best trader you can be. But that's it for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. The next video, don't know yet. I don't know yet what we're gonna get into the next video, but y'all gonna see in the title and stuff like that. So that was it for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all share this information with somebody that could use it. Join the Discord in the description. Join the Get Money team. Make sure you subscribe, like, and yeah. Appreciate y'all for watching. Let's get money.